So I first met Chris when I interviewed for a position to manage the Sydney Head and Neck Cancer Institute. I'd only ever seen him on RPA, and so meeting him in person, I was quite sort of nervous. He was lovely, but the first question he asked me, I completely messed up the answer, and he was just lovely. He said, "You know what? Why don't we just stop and have a bit of a chat? Where did you drive in from this morning? You know, what was the traffic like? What are you doing with yourself?" And completely put me at ease. And I guess regardless of who he interacted with, he had this natural ability to put people at ease, to make them feel comfortable, and he had a genuine sort of nature for caring for people. He worked in one of the most complex group of cancers, head and neck cancer. It covers 10 different types of cancer. You're dealing with, people's vocal cords, their salivary glands, structures that can affect the way they eat and they drink and swallow. So incredibly complex, but he was always so grateful for the work that people did around him. He was always in awe and thought, we were all so clever with this IT work that we did. And it made me laugh because he was the one who was so incredibly skilled, yet he took the time to say thank you and to acknowledge the work that people did. He could have been coming from treatment for his own cancer, but his immediate concern was for the others around him, always. And it was that sincerity and that thoughtfulness that just made the people who worked with him want to go above and beyond. So Chris established the Institute, and then shortly after he assembled the most passionate group of people. They were former patients and friends of his who formed a fundraising committee, and over a period of 10 years we raised an enormous sum of money to support head and neck cancer. We wouldn't have raised nearly as much money if it wasn't for Chris. He made connections wherever he went, whether he was sitting next to someone on a plane, he would tell them about the work he was doing, and people they were inspired by him and they wanted to support the work that he did. So no one ever said no to Chris. His legacy was his ability to connect people and bring the right people together to make a difference. I think Chris O'Brien Lifehouse brings together all the services that someone with cancer and their support network needs under one roof. You have the clinicians, you have the complementary therapies, the research facilities, and the building itself is just this beautiful space where people feel comfortable and welcomed, and that makes all the difference to someone as they're going through their cancer journey.